morning, everyone. We're out here in very windy Western Washington right now, somewhere in Capitol Forest, and we're going to be doing some long-range shooting, or at least out to 500 yards with my Bushmaster ACR. Now, this is, of course, the DMR variant, so it has the 18.5-inch heavy barrel up here. It's very accurate. I've done some accuracy testing with it, and with the Hornady Black 75 grain that we're going to be using for today's video, I was getting sub-MOA, back-to-back sub-MOA 5-round groups, which is excellent out of this guy, so very, very happy with that, especially with a quick swap barrel system. So today, we're actually going to zero it, because I actually took this optic off and tried it on another guy. I tried it on that 20-inch Bear Creek Arsenal build that I got to do the accuracy testing with that. So we're going to re-zero this optic. We have a target set up at 50 yards. We're going to do a 50-yard zero with the Hornady Black and then take it out to 500 yards. Should not be much of an issue. I actually just finished filming the Bear Creek Arsenal with iron sights out to 500 yards, and we were hitting fairly consistent after I got more used to the iron sights. The biggest problem there is definitely not being able to call your shots. Fortunately, I have a camera that has a 720mm lens on it, so it can take you up pretty close. But today we are going to be taking this guy out to 500 yards. We're going to go ahead and zero it with some ball, and then confirm zero with Hornady 75 grain black. And that's about it. The optic that we're using, this is a really cheap Vism 4-16. The glass on it is actually fairly good. It has a really nice adjustment wheel here for your parallax settings, and the illumination on it is actually fairly bright for a cheap optic. So it's really cold out here right now. It's about 45 with a wind chill, probably about 35 with how hard it's blowing. Now the wind comes and goes, so hopefully we'll wait for a minute when it's not blowing super terrible to do the long range stuff. But as of right now, let's go ahead and get to it. Alrighty, so we have a mag. This is just going to be M193 ball that we're going to zero it with. And then we're going to go ahead and take it out to long range, of course, with the Hornady Black. So we're just going to confirm it's even on paper with the cheap stuff, and then zero it with the expensive stuff. Move out to 500, also with the expensive stuff. So if we get a good zero here at 50 yards, it's going to help us out a lot when we have to stretch it out, especially through this wind. Okay, so we are far left on there. So I was aiming off the right side of the paper, so we're just trying to get it on. Alright, let's do a 3-round. I think I pulled that one high. That's fine. So we're going to move it over about 10 more. Actually, only about 8 more. Alright, so that should put us right in the red. And I maybe got the white cross in the center there. Moves about half the distance. Yeah, let's try it. 8 more. It's pretty perfect. Wow, that's a sexy group at 50 yards. All three on top of each other. This is the Hornady M193, which is great ammo. I really like it a lot. It's about the most accurate ball ammo you can get for a very inexpensive. It shoots about 1.5, 2 MOA in every gun I put through it, or every gun I put it through, I should say. And the added bonus is, of course, it only costs like 26, 27 cents a round, depending on where you get it from. So right now we are, of course, switching to 75 grain Hornady Black. We're going to do a 3-round group, kind of see where it's hitting at, and then we will move out to long range. So it seems to be about an inch low at 100, at 50, which means it's probably dead on at 100. So we will be using a 100 yard zero for our ballistic calculations, which I'm just going to use the Hornady ballistic app for that. Okay. It should also be noted that the target is wobbling a little bit in the wind. So it's just a cardboard box with a weight in the middle and the bottom. Alright, so the center of that group is slightly off, so I will adjust it one right, and we're going to call that good. And now we're going to move out to 500 yards. Now out of this 18.5-inch barrel, I am guesstimating about 2650, 2700 feet per second on this guy. We are shooting slightly downhill, I should note, so there's a slight elevation change. Wind is coming left to right, fairly obnoxious. I'm just under 10 MOA, which is perfect, because that means that is 2 hash marks on this P4 reticle. So I can use the reticle at 500, or I should be able to anyways, to get me a, oh, that's so nice. And bring that nice into focus. All right. So first round, let's go ahead and load this guy up, of course. Round is home. Now, see if we can hit first round. So I'm aiming just perfectly in between the 2 hash marks, and I'm gonna favor left edge because of the wind. Wow. Well, that was dead on. Oh yeah. Need to save my brass, so let's go ahead and do that some more. Let's do that again. Just high. Dead on. Dead on. Dead on. That is a sick, sick pattern of accuracy at this range. I'm really liking that. So yeah, so it's right at just under 10 MOA. So what I'm doing here is the second hash mark is 10 MOA. So I'm putting the second hash mark on the bottom of the target. So the target is pretty much completely sandwiched between the top 2, or between the middle 2. So it's hitting pretty much dead on. It was a fresh plate at the beginning of the day, but it looks like it is favoring right edge, even though I'm aiming left edge. And it's a little low, so might need a little bit more. So let's go ahead and load up some more of that, because I have another box here. I was not expecting to hit all of those like that. And for those of you wondering why I have it on the suppressed mode, when it's on unsuppressed, it likes to shoot the brass way forward and way outside of the car, so that just makes it obnoxious. So within 500 yards, using the scope reticle, super easy. It's what I would recommend doing. But outside of there, where the MOA is not going to match up with your line, it's probably not a great idea. Dead on. I missed that one. Don't know where I went. Hit that one. Hit that one. Alright, there's another 5 down. Super nice. I kind of need to take it out to farther now. I could sit here and ping that target all day if I wanted to. The wind did die down. That is something to mention, is that there's almost no wind right now, so I'm favoring left edge because there's a little bit, but the horrible gusts that were here, which actually seem to be coming back as soon as I said that, have pretty much gone away. So, alright. So let's put it on unsuppressed real fast, and let's try something out. So now we moved it to unsuppressed. We're going to load another 5 rounds. And this is a DMR, of course, it's the designated marksman rifle. So with 5.56, a DMR is really meant to get a lot of fire very accurately downrange. 18.5-inch barrel, heavy barrel, a lot of heat resistance, good ammunition. Not necessarily the best ammunition, but really good ammunition. So we are now on unsuppressed, so it's going to cycle, obviously, just like it should. This time, what we're going to do is I'm going to see how fast I can put 5 rounds on target. See if I can do that accurately. So let's go ahead, load it up, and let's see our 5-round test. This time here, I'm really going to see how fast I can get these guys down there. the hell just happened? Did I load up different ammunition? I didn't touch anything. Maybe my hold was just way off. I'm gonna try put one. Okay. Okay, that was my bad. For whatever reason, it looks like the wind might be coming at me now because I'm having to raise up where I'm shooting at just a little bit. So now with that in mind, and yeah, the wind does seem to be coming almost directly back at me. So, very cool. Well, this is my last 5 rounds of Hornady Black, and then I'll probably take some rounds with M193 as well. And I'm just going to see if we can just plaster this guy. 5 out of 5. So it was 5 in like 3 seconds, maybe 4 seconds or so. Not bad at all. Once I got the elevation dialed in correctly, hitting those shots is not bad at all. Even with mediocre glass. Now I do consider this glass on this Vism 4-16, this is their shooter series, this is their newest one, to be good. It's definitely on the right side of mediocre, which is nice, especially for like 130, 140 bucks. As long as it doesn't break on me, it makes a very good target scope. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for hunting. I wouldn't recommend it for anything serious, but for target practice or for accuracy testing, it's a really good scope. Not what I would put on here for a actual optic, but definitely good enough. All right, so now this is M193 ball. No idea where this is going to be hitting. Let's see. Right on. That is a laser beam. I'm liking this guy quite a bit. So this is, of course, ACR DMR, Geisley 2-stage trigger. Very, very nice, very light. And we have a 18.5-inch heavy barrel, 1-in-7 twist, even with 55 grain pills. This is Hornady XM 193, Hornady bullets, Frontier cases. They get down there real fast out of this guy. You're looking at around 3,000 FPS, probably a little bit more than 3,000 FPS out of this 18.5-inch barrel. Very decent accuracy-wise, and obviously they get the job done at long range. Alrighty, so now we've backed up maybe 50 to 75 yards, somewhere in that range. It's definitely about as far back as I can get here. With how well it's performing, I kind of want to take it out to 700 yards, maybe 750. I think Texas Plinking has a video on his channel of him taking the ACR DMR out to 750, and I'd really like to do that, but let's go ahead and see what it can do at this far. I'm gonna be dialing in like, well, I'm not gonna be dialing in anything. I'm gonna be going about 12 MOA on this. Well, we'll see where it's sitting right now. Now, something about how far we've backed up, we've also come up about 50 feet or so in elevation, so our angle is even more aggressive now, so we're shooting even more downhill. That's just off the right of that. All right, I'm gonna take my time a little more. Got it. Oh, just off the right edge. Just high. So what I meant to say is the wind is definitely moving these guys around at this far. We're just shooting 55 grain pills. The hard part here is just that the ammo is just, you know, if it's the 2 MOA ammo at this far, we're off plate depending on where we're aiming at. Oh, last round to hit it. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna load 5 more and see what we can do with 5 now that the wind has picked up. So it's definitely doable at this range. It's just not easy. Damn it. Got it? Try one more. Got it. There was a big gust of wind, so I pushed that a full target off the left edge. Yeah, this is probably about 15 inches off the left edge with the top of the second hash mark. So it's like 15 MOA almost at this range. Alrighty, so there was out to 500 yards and a little bit further with the Bushmaster ACR. This is, of course, as I mentioned, the DMR version. So this has the 18.5-inch heavy barrel that is very hot right now. It has the Geisley 2-stage trigger, which is very nice. It's very crisp. I believe it has a 2.5-pound first stage and a 2-pound let-off. So very, very good, very easy to get good hits at long range, to have consistent trigger pulls, all that sort of good stuff. The optic on here is kind of the weak point, though surprisingly it's actually very good out to this far, no issues whatsoever. It's a Vism 4-16. 4-16 is a perfect range for most optics, for medium range, for long range, that sort of thing. It gives you a really good amount of zoom. This is a 30mm tube on here with emerald coated lenses, so the glass quality is actually fairly good. It's not great, not exceptional. It's not going to beat what you get on like your high-end Nikons, Leopolds, or anything like that. But 30mm tube, big adjustment jaw knob on the side for parallax, and you're pretty much good to go. So everything on here works. It runs really, really well. The barrel is definitely broken in. With that Hornady black, we were just hitting dead on every single time. When we threw in the M193, it was still good at the 500 yards, but once we backed off beyond that, the wind was really just picking it up and throwing it wherever it wanted. So definitely if you're pushing beyond 500 yards, you're going to want better ammunition, and better ammunition in between 0 to 500 is of course going to help as well. So overall, very, very happy with it. 0 to 500, no problems whatsoever. Definitely works as a designated marksman's rifle, as a DMR, being able to lay down consistent, accurate fire, especially if you're using the right ammunition, with the additional weight that it has of about 10 pounds naked, and right now about 12 pounds as you see it. This definitely does have a ton of capability with the 5.56 round being very accurate, very capable of engaging threats at long range, 600 yards, no problem with the right ammunition, and with the benefit on top of that, that it's modular enough that you could really do anything you want with this. So you can have this set up right now as it is in a DMR configuration, throw in a different barrel and a different optic on here, and now you have your mid-range kind of CQB setup. So there's a lot of different things you can do with the Bushmaster ACR, and a lot of more things that I'm hoping to do with it in the future. But for right now, this was out to 500 yards and a little bit beyond with this range that we have set up here. Definitely will be out here again. It's a bit of a drive to get out here, a bit of a trek to get up as well. So that was pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace off.